I think they're probably a lot. Get out the door and just we'll find out.
Does anyway.
Oh, is that you? Oh, yeah. Why don't we put it on the wall? Hey, community project, let's put it on the wall.
Dartboard.
Focus on the shades.
Before we come back into regular session, 7:07, on a motion by trustee Bone, seconded by supervisor Bone, trustee Barger, a roll call vote was taken, all voted aye. Okay, now
All right, so to follow up from last meeting, I contacted News Democrat, and for the park bids, it was not put in the paper. So I've typed up with changing the date for Les to have him put that in the News Democrat. And I've updated the proposal material to reopen it until December 22nd at 9 a.m. If anybody wants to take a look at that and make any changes before we finalize that and it's in the paper. Second, so at the last meeting, we voted to approve the electronic meeting policy and install a phone line. And I had asked Trish to look into getting that done. And Mr. Bone sent me a note today that was up to me to do. And I would ask one, we have administrative staff to handle those things. And two, I don't have keys to the property to even let them in here to do that. So I would ask that by the end of the week, Trish takes care of that, of getting a phone line installed in accordance with the motion that we made at last month's meeting. The last thing I have, so there was a letter sent here to the office addressed to me, but salutation to Mr. Bone from Mr. Yorty about a sewer bill overcharge for September. He contacted me that he received an initial response that Mr. Bone would discuss the issue at the next meeting, but he has not heard back since then. He just asked that a rate or procedure be established so that users be charged as fairly as feasible for actual water treatment, not arbitrary usage criteria by months of the year. This year, some lawn experts have been recommending lawn watering through November. Thanks, Steve Yorty. So in addition to Mr. Yorty's, when I was in here doing the bills last month, there was one other resident and 4 residents that called kind of about the same issue, that they were charged for the month of September for watering their lawns when, according to the sewer ordinance, it looks like they should not have been. And it looks like it's just a billing error that our sewer calendar doesn't line up with Illinois American's billing schedule, and so their schedule goes to the first week of October. So one, I would ask, what are we going to fix Mr. Yorty's bill and any of the others that are on that billing procedure, and give them a credit for September, or are we just going to ignore them?
Well, I think you'd have to add it to October then after you took it off September, or the next billing date. If our first of the month billing date ain't always going to coincide day by day.
Yeah, either we owe them a refund or a credit.
All right, then the next month they owe us money for the extra days. So one thing cures the other, that's all I'm saying. If you, I think all the electric companies and everything are about the same way. You don't get the exact 30 days or whatever's in the calendar day. Sometimes our water bill is 35 days, and I don't know how you would correspond it with when you, if the water bill and the sewer bill is gonna be different days. You're gonna have different days of billing, or reading the meters.
So Dave, when can Mr. Yordi expect an answer, a rebate, a refund?
Oh, that's up to Teresa, he needs to talk to Teresa. I don't know the dates, I don't know anything about it. I just know that he wrote me a letter, and I told him that the board would review the ordinance to see if any changes should be made. And, you know, we're just not there yet, it's not that big of a deal. If in fact he's entitled to a rebate or a set-off, then he gets it, just like everybody else.
But we'd have to add it to next month. If you're gonna go month by month, calendar month, then you're gonna take it off one month and add it to next month. But it doesn't change what he's charged, I don't think. If it has any charge in money, he'd have to prove it.
All right, I will tell him to contact Teresa then.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
One thing, Mark, on that line, the reason Trish didn't want to do it, she talked to me today, she says, she don't know what she's supposed to be asking for, or if it's a special line or whatever. And that's why I think maybe you need to handle it.
I'd be happy to talk with her, but I don't have access.
Like I said, as far as, if somebody here during the day, and if they're not, it has to happen on Saturday or Sunday, you can call me and I'll come over and lock everything, just like I did for the association meeting the other night. I got no problem with that. That's the only reason she didn't want to mess with it. She said they started asking her questions, she don't know what she's talking about.
Well, when I talked to her this morning, she said Mr. Bone told her not to do it.
Bagley,
Tell me what she told me today.
Yeah, and that's what she told me this morning.
if you look in front of your handbook, and I think it's in the Roman numerals, in number 21 or 22 pages, where it says, I don't have as much power as I thought I had. I think you'll read the item that's been bothering me for quite a while too. It says the trustee cannot tell an employee what to do. It's in Roman numerals, we should read that, see. It ain't in that, this,
There's a motion on the floor to adjourn, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Tom, you guys gotta sign these
Yeah, no,
tax
no,
levies
leave off here.
before you leave.
we got signed.
Yeah, you gotta sign this stuff. I already did it.
What we're buying?
You can, but I don't think it's very good. You can't say.
No, no, tomorrow.
You have to.
You think, I mean, is that appropriate?
Sal, you gotta sign.
I gotta get
Go ahead.